Hello and welcome back and welcome to yet another Sunday, another really beautiful Sunday, the first Sunday for the month of September, and I really hope you guys been enjoying or had been enjoying the past month, but now we've just ushered in brand new month and brand new Sunday, and as per usual we have our podcast that I bring to you every first Sunday of the month and the last Sunday of the month. So let's just jump in to it. Today we'll be looking at 3 steps to a better metabolism. 3 steps to a better metabolism. Okay, so let's start with by defining what metabolism is. Well, basically metabolism, or our metabolism that we undergo, it's a chemical process that converts our food and drinks into energy. So this actually happens in our stomach or gut, right? So metabolism is just a process that converts food and the drinks that we intake, right, into energy, which the energy uses to function our bodies. Now, the main reason I chose this topic is because at times, right, we do exercises, right, in the aim of losing weight sometimes, right? However, some people find themselves not losing that weight simply because their metabolism does not function well. That which means your stomach does not actually digest well, or simply does not process the food that you intake properly. So you may be exercising, training, and wondering how come you're not losing weight. But sometimes you just have to take care of your metabolism. Okay, before we proceed, I also want to give an awareness here that there are 2 types of metabolism. There's the slow metabolism and the fast metabolism, right? And this will also help you to know where you stand with your metabolism. So for the slow metabolism, this is just the metabolism that does not need a lot of energy, right? Which means that you're really not burning a lot of calories, or you're not digesting a lot of things in your stomach because your body does not need to. And as for the fast metabolism, it's obvious. This metabolism, it requires more energy so you can sustain your body, right? And also note that metabolism in itself is actually an adaptation. So obviously, in order for your body to function, it will have to adapt to whatever you do, which means it's adapting to the activities that you're doing. So your metabolism will also adapt that way. Also, right, in modern times, the times that we are living in, the best metabolism that we need is the fast metabolism. And this is because we, in modern times, are better off. We have enough food. So actually having enough food means that we have to digest fast. We have to burn those calories fast, right? This is far different from back then when food was scarce. When food is scarce, our body adapts to that, which means that it will have a slower metabolism, not to consume all the food, and actually be much more efficient to store that energy. but we're not living in times of scarceness, and that's where the key is. So we need a faster metabolism. And before going to these points, I also want us to note one thing about our metabolism and its adaptation. That is, our metabolism is also very much influenced by our daily activities. But the good news is that it adapts easily to these activities, especially to the stresses that we undergo with whatever activities that we embark in. And some of these activities are activities such as our hormonal stresses, right? Sleep is also greatly is influenced by our metabolism. The outside stresses that we encounter out there, physical stresses, internal stresses, our mental state, that is, tissue demands, things like tissue demands, all the chemical reaction that happens as we eat and all that, the intensity of our workout. Also, those are stresses that are very greatly influenced by our metabolism, or they also influence our metabolism. And the food that we take, or when we do not intake food, all these are things that actually influence greatly our metabolism. So the whole goal of a good metabolism is to reach an adaptation whereby our bodies are able to get enough energy to run efficiently, right? So the demands of the energy that our body demands and requires is very much efficient, right? Especially the calories that we burn. So in turn, it means that you do not want to burn too much calories, whereby now your body demands those calories, but again, you want to burn basically enough calories so that your body functions efficiently. So it means that you have to balance out the energy that you require with the food that you actually are intaking. And so we're going to start now with number one of how we can better our metabolism. And the number one is that we have to build a lean body mass. Our body have to be lean, which simply means that we have to have much more muscles. How do we go about having more muscles? And that's simply by doing strength training. Now, there's no specific way of strength training that you can do. You have to do any sort of strength training, right? Whichever that will get you to that lean body mass, which means that whichever that helps you create muscles, whichever sort of training that would help you create that muscle mass. And the best way is by strength training, because when you do strength training, you're sending signals to your body, basically telling it to increase the amount of that particular tissue, and in this case, the muscle tissues, right? So strength training is the best way to increase lean mass in your body. Some of the best ways of strength training, which are basically anaerobic, right? And this is why I usually say you should know and have a plan to how you want your body to be, because you may think that you need to actually lose weight. There's nothing wrong with that, but it would be far better for you to actually strength train and create muscles which can actually help you burn those calories, so you don't even need to do aerobic exercises. In fact, many people do not even need to do aerobic exercises. depending obviously on your body type and all that. But all you need are anaerobic exercises or training, which don't burn much calories. All right, they do burn, but not much. But I used more to create muscles more, right? And these could be things like body building type of exercising, right? Powerlifting, and just any sort of strength training style exercises. And each one of these, the goal for each one of these basically is to get stronger, and not necessarily to actually lose weight, but to get stronger, right? This is why this is strength training. And so strength training is one of those things that can help you burn a lot of calories while you get lean. So you should look up to this, look into it basically, and see if this sort of style does suit you, and if it may help you actually get to your goal, especially when it comes to your metabolic goal of burning calories. And number two, and of course this is according to my research, number two, the best way to get a better metabolic reaction, right? The food that we eat. Of course, we know that the food that we eat does very much influence the metabolic reactions in our bellies. And so basically the food that we will need to eat should also complement the training that we do. And obviously, as we said in our first note, that we need to create that body mass, right? So the training will be greatly influenced well by the food, and the best building block here would be protein. Yes, we need that high protein food, because we know that protein actually builds body mass, specifically lean body mass, which is the one that we need, the one that will increase our muscles. And number three is to get good sleep. And I've mentioned this a couple of times, many times, that sleep is one of those things you cannot get away with. You need very good sleep. It doesn't matter if it's 8-9 hours, as long as high quality sleep, because as we recover, this is when our bodies now function well, right? As we rest and recover, it functions well to create that lean mass that we need, the muscles that we need. So we should remember, as per usual, that during the process of sleep or rest at least, and recovery, our body recovers this way, and we are able to recoup, and enough muscles are created this way. And so to recap, right, combine strength training with a good protein intake, and also just get enough sleep. Before I wrap this up, I should note that when it comes to things like metabolism, it's much more complex than I have explained here. I'm just giving awareness that at times that we may think that we need more exercises, we need to train more, but at times all we have to do is make sure that our metabolism works efficiently and sufficiently, so that we can burn the calories or extra calories that we have. Just taking care of your diet, that is, your metabolism may function better, and you find that you're burning enough calories, and you just don't need to even do a lot of exercises, right? Especially for those who usually are unable to lose those calories or lose the weight that they have. All they have to do is adjust their diet and make sure that they're burning calories by making sure that the metabolism is functioning well. So, which means all you have to do at times is make sure that you're actually having some help from a professional, maybe a dietitian or something, to measure if your metabolism is good and it functions well. This way you'll get better help. But just in general, if you create a lean body mass, then you're better off, because then your body is able to burn enough calories and efficiently, So this concludes my podcast for this lovely Sunday, the 1st of September, and I do hope that you enjoy the rest of the month of September. And until next time, as for me, I hope this brings value to you. Until next time, peace.